in a nice wide leg child's pose actually. So coming onto your mat and have your knees open nice and wide, have the toes touching, and then just push your hips back towards your heels. And we're going to start here with this nice deep hip opener. So have your arms quite straight here if you can, just so we can make it quite an active child's pose. Just start to take a few breaths in your own time, in and out of your nose. Right, so we're going to come into taking some nice long deep breaths. So we'll breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1, then out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And just keep going with that breath. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. And then with that breath, continue just to come onto your fingertips. Lift your palms and your forearms off the mat. So you just make that lovely lengthen the spine a little bit longer. Take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe add some little wiggles. Just gently moving from side to side. Feel into the hips. Great, now plant the hands flat again. We'll gaze forward, we'll push into our forearms. We're going to start to snake all the way forward so we come onto our hips and drop the hips down. So we're staying on our forearms. Now push into your forearms and draw your left knee out to the side and flex your foot. So you're taking your half frog pose. And then maybe just drop your hands down, head down onto your hands. So we'll just take 4 breaths here. So just gently waking up the inside of that thigh. Just notice how it's feeling. Great, now then come back up onto your forearms. You're going to slide your right arm underneath your left arm. Keep your left knee where it is and just let that left hand open all the way out to the right side or the left side, however you want to feel it, and you come into a twist. So just leave the left knee where it is. It's fine if it comes off a little bit. And you find yourself in a rotation. Just take 1 breath here in that rotation. And then you should be able to come all the way back down again. So bring your left hand back to the mat, your forearm, and then bring your right arm out underneath. And then we'll switch to the side. So left knee comes back to the right. Bring your right knee out to the side. Just drop your hands down onto, your head down onto your hands and take 3 or 4 breaths here. Really engage your glutes and try and push your pelvis into the mat there to deepen that stretch. Nice. Now come back up onto your forearms. So your left hand slides underneath that right arm. Keep the right knee where it is and just open up that right hand all the way out to the opposite side so you find yourself in a twist. It's fine if that right knee comes off the mat to get your right hand onto the floor. Great, so just 1 breath in this twist, just a little wake up stretch. And then we'll release. So we'll come back, right forearm down, slide the left forearm out, and then draw that right knee back. Great, then drop your chest down, hands underneath the shoulders, push your hips all the way back towards your heels, narrow leg child's pose. Then we can warm up the spine. So as we inhale, start to round forward, come into a tabletop position. And as you exhale, you arch the spine and push your hips back towards your heels. So inhale, round it forward. And then exhale, arch the spine, push it back. And again, inhale, round it forward. And then exhale, arch and send it back. And then this time start to round forward. And when you get there, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and move into your first downward dog. And start to pedal out those feet one at a time. Just gently bending into one knee, just working those hamstrings, any other movement that you like to take here. And then we'll all just start to soften through those knees and start to walk the feet forward, coming all the way to the front of the mat. And when we get there, we'll dangle over the legs, opposite hand to elbow, and gently sway from side to side, bending into one knee at a time. And just release your hands, keep your knees soft, and start to roll on up. Just take your time. And then we'll eventually come all the way to the top. When we get there, roll the shoulders down away from the ears, big breath out through the mouth. Great. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, start to fold over the legs. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins off floor. And then exhale, fold your right foot steps back and drop your right knee down. Great. Inhale, reach the arms up, come into a little low lunge, melting the hips forward, and then just release your left hand down. Take a little lean to the left. Doesn't matter if the hand doesn't touch the floor, kind of just hover it there and keep your core engaged. Great. Now bring the arms back up. Start to pivot your right foot in towards the left side. Bring your hands down to the inside of the left foot and then walk your fingertips to the top right hand corner of your mat. So really melt down into that hip for that lovely opening. Great, now just start to walk those hands back in towards you. Frame your left foot, turn your right toes back to center, and then step it into a high plank as you inhale. And then exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest and your chin. Inhale, lift your chest, little cobra. And exhale, really send it back into your downward dog. Great, take a breath in downward dog. And then exhale. Now your right leg starts to lift as you inhale. And just bend the knee and open up that hip. Take an extra breath there. And then exhale. Then inhale, re-extend your right leg. As you exhale, bring your right knee towards your left wrist and set your shin down onto the mat over at your left wrist. Then drop your hips to the right and you should be able to just turn so your right foot's on the inside of your left thigh. Now keep your legs as they are, flex your left foot and start to walk your fingertips as far forward as you can and fold over that right leg. Keep breathing there. You've got another breath in. And then exhale, walk those hands back in towards you. Bring your hands back to the front of the mat. Spin onto your left toes. Inhale, the right leg lifts back up, three-leg dog. And then exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale, gaze forward on your fingertips. And as you exhale, try and lift your hips up, straighten through your front leg as best as you can and fold. Extra breath in. And then exhale, rebend into your right knee. Now step your left foot forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, lifting tall. And exhale, palms to the heart center. Second side, inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, fold left foot steps back and we drop down to the left knee. Then reach the arms up as you melt your hips forward, trying to draw your tailbone under. Then just drop your right fingertips down to the side and take a little side lean. But keep the lower belly drawing in. Great, now reach the arms back up. Now pivot so your left toes turn into the right side. Drop your hands down and then start to walk those fingertips forward as you melt your chest forward there. That should give you a nice deep stretch on the inner thigh. Just breathe into it, relax the shoulders, enjoy that stretch for another inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands back in. Now we'll frame the right foot, turn the left toes back to center. And then step it back, find a high plank as you inhale. And then exhale, vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest, or chaturanga. Take it through your cobra or your up dog. And then back into your downward dog. Take an extra breath in downward dog. And then exhale. Left leg, inhale, you lift. Start to bend the knee and open through your hip. Take an extra breath there. And then exhale. Then inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, bring your left knee over towards your right wrist and then set your shin down. Then drop your hips to the left and you should just turn so the left foot's inside of the right thigh. Now start to walk your fingertips kind of to the diagonal, to the top left corner of your mat and try and fold your body forward. But this whole time, keep the right foot flexed and push the right thigh into the mat to deepen that stretch. Okay, breathe into it there for another inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands back in. Now bring the hands to the front of the mat. We'll just pivot onto our right toes and then inhale, the left leg picks up with us, 3-leg dog. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, gaze forward on your fingertips. And exhale, hips up and back, straighten that left leg as you fold. Take an extra breath in. And then exhale, soften into that left knee. Step your right foot forward. Find a halfway lift to inhale. And then forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up, lifting tall. And then palms to the heart center as you exhale. Great, this time bring the hands to clasp behind the back. Open those feet up hip distance. As you inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, fold it forward over the legs. Remember, you can bend them if that feels better for you. So just pulling the lower belly in. Trying to lengthen out that lower back there. One more breath. And then release the hands down to the shins or the floor. Find a halfway lift to lengthen. And then exhale, step it back into your high plank. Inhale in your high plank. And exhale, vinyasa of your choice. So take it through your cobra or your up dog. And then back into your downward dog. Beautiful. Let's move on. Let's lift the right leg high as we inhale. Start to bend the knee and open through the hip. And then inhale to re-extend. Exhale, the right foot steps in between the hands. Now your left heel drops down, your right hand comes inside the right foot, and then start to pick that left hand up towards the ceiling. Now use the back of your right tricep to kind of push that right knee open and get a bit deeper into that hip. Instead of letting your bum stick out, try to imagine you're pulling that tailbone under, which will increase that stretch a little bit more. Right. Let's take an extra breath. And then from there, we'll push into our feet. We're going to start to come all the way up to Warrior Two. Bring the hands to clasp behind the back. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, humble warrior. So fold to the inside of your right leg and allow your head to drop down. Great, keep those legs nice and active. And just really allow the head to drop, shake it a little bit. 2 more breaths down here, feeling that deep hip opening. 1 more breath. And then exhale. Start to come all the way back up. Warrior Two, release your hands to shoulder height. From here, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. So left hand down, right arm up and back. Just hold it here. So keep bending into that right knee, keep leaning back for another breath. And then come back, warrior two. Now bring your hands to the heart center, twist to your left, turn your left toes out. Start to side lunge into that left knee if you want to use your hands there. So come just as far down as you can. Your heel might need to lift. You can either stay here or bring your left hand out to the side and open up your right arm up towards the ceiling. Great, so we're kind of using that left tricep to push that left knee nice and open. So feel that lovely expansion for another breath. And then if you took the arms out, bring them back to the floor or the heart center. We stay low. As we inhale, we'll travel through center. Bring your left hand down, turn your right toes out slightly. And then inhale, the right arm lifts forward and exhale, reach it behind. Now you can stay on your toes or roll to the outer edges of the feet so your hips just drop down. You might be able to feel that in your outer hip. Keep trying to lengthen through the left side of your body. Nice, now start to lift the hips back up, bring your right hand down, frame your right foot. Inhale, gaze forward, you're on your left toes. And then once again, lift those hips up and back, try to straighten through that right leg. You can either stay on the fingertips and gaze forward, or maybe you go for a fold. Nice, now let's rebend into the right knee. This time we drop the left knee down to the mat. Like we did in our warm-up, turn your left toes in and then start to walk your fingertips to the top left-hand corner of the mat. Melt down your heart. See if maybe you can get a little bit deeper this time into those hips. Nice, now start to walk your fingertips to the left-hand side, so kind of into the center of your side of your mat. Straighten out your right leg so your toes point forward, so your toes are down. Now tuck your left toes under, walk your hands forward a little bit, then push your hips back so you sit on top of your left heel. All the while that you're pushing to the outer edge of that right foot, keeping the leg nice and active. Now you can stay, or maybe walk your fingertips towards your right foot, keeping your lower body as it is, and just take that, brings that side stretch in. Great, if you went for the side stretch, walk the hands back in towards center. And then we're going to walk the hands back into us and just come forward again. Re-bend into that right knee. Step it back into a high plank. And then exhale, vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest or chaturanga. Right, and all the way back into your downward dog. We're going to take that on the second side. So left leg, inhale, lift. As you exhale, bend your knee, open through your hip. And then inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop your right heel down, left hand inside of your left foot, and then inhale, the right arm opens up. You could be on that left fingertips or the palm can be flat. Try and draw your tailbone under and use the left tricep to push that left knee open. Couple more breaths here. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, ground into your feet, come up, warrior two. Bring the hands to clasp behind the back. Inhale, squeeze the palms as you roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, humble warrior. Fold inside of that left leg. We're keeping a nice deep bend in that left knee. And again, the head should just be relaxed here. Should be able to wiggle it around. Couple more breaths. Breathe into that hip. One more inhale. And then slowly come back up as you exhale, warrior two. Now let's flip the front palm, reverse our warrior, right arm down, left arm up and back, and just hold it here for a few breaths. Really try and get a little bit of a side body stretch. Inhaling. And then exhale, warrior two again, picks you back up. Now start to straighten your left leg, turn your right toes out, and then side lunge into that right knee at the back of the mat. You choose whether you use your hands or not. When you get here, stay there, or right arm sweeps off to the side in front of the right leg, and then the left hand opens up towards the ceiling. And again, it's the back of the right triceps that's pushing that right knee open for a deeper. Great. And then bring the hands to the floor or the heart center. Start to travel towards the front of the mat. We'll frame that left foot. Inhale, gaze forward on your fingertips. And then exhale, send those hips up and back as you try to straighten through that left leg and fold. Nice. Now rebend into that left knee. I missed the twist. Right hand down, turn your left toes out to the side. Your left hand reaches forward and then reach it behind you. Either stay there or start to drop your right hip down, and that should make you roll to the outer edge of your feet. Great, now bring that left hand back, frame the left foot. This time we drop the right knee down and turn the right toes in. Left hand inside of the left foot, and then start to walk the hands to the top right hand corner of the mat, same as our warm up here. Find that hip stretch. And then walk your hands towards the center, the side of your mat. Straighten out your left leg and turn your left toe forward. Now tuck your right toes under, walk your hands forward slightly, and then start to sit your hips back on top of your right heel as you walk the hands forward and melt your chest down towards the mat. Keep trying to push into the outer edge of the left foot and keep that leg engaged. Stay there, or if you added the little twist, just walk your fingertips towards your left foot and keep your hips pushing back towards your heel. That's it, breathing in, one more breath. And then walk the hands back to center if you took the twist. Walk the hands back in, then walk to frame the left foot, turn your right toes back. Inhale is your high plank, step it back, and exhale, vinyasa. So take it through your cobra or your up dog, and all the way back to your downward dog. From here, right leg once again lifts up. Start to bend the knee and open through the hip. And then inhale, re-extend. Exhale, the right foot steps in between the hands. This time drop the left heel, wiggle the hands up, find your warrior two. Now we'll straighten through our right leg, start to reach the fingertips forward as you come on down to find your triangle pose, your Trikonasana. Right, just imagine that you're trying to get your back onto your wall behind you, nice and flat, drawing the shoulder blades together, rotating the left side of the body open. Great, now start to lift yourself back up. You're going to turn to the side, reach your hands up, turn both heels in, toes out, and then exhale, sit down low, come to squat. Knees open. Use the strength in the thighs to pull your knees open. Great, now keep your legs where they are. As you inhale, you're going to open out your hands to a cactus. And then exhale, bring your elbows together, slightly round through the spine. Inhale, open up the arms. And then exhale, round. Once more, inhale, open it out. This time as you exhale, keep your knees bent and let your body fall forward onto the floor. Kind of cross your hands at the bottom and let the backs of the hands fall onto the mat. Keep breathing here, keep curling those thighs open. Nice and deep. Hold it there, another breath. And then exhale, release the hands. As you inhale, you're going to gaze forward, start to turn the toes forward, lift up. And exhale, take a wide leg fold. Release the hands in line with the feet and fold over those legs. Great, keep breathing there. And then from here, we're going to take it into a box split. So have the hands underneath your shoulders, and you're going to start to first maybe walk. You might be able to slide your feet out, depending on how slippery your mat is. See how far you can open up those legs. Maybe stay down the hands, maybe come down to forearms just as wide as you can. And you're just going to breathe into it. Just a few breaths. One more inhale. And then we've got to try and come back out again. So probably best just to tiptoe nice and slowly back into your wide leg fold. Nice, find a halfway lift. Inhale, go forward on your fingertips. And then exhale, walk your fingertips forward, frame your right foot. Inhale is your high plank, step it back. And then exhale, vinyasa. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On the left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Start to bend the knee, open through the hip. Then inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. Exhale, step the left foot through. Drop the right heel down. Inhale, windmill the hands up and find your warrior two. Now straighten out your left leg as you start to lengthen forward. Bring the left hand down as the right arm goes up and finds your Trikonasana. Again, try and draw the hip under slightly, that left hip. So you pull your right shoulder open and pull your shoulders together, shoulder blades. Breathe. Nice. Now we're going to lift up again. We're going to come straight into a kind of star. So reach the hands up, turn your right heel in, and then exhale, squat down low once more. It's going to turn to face you. So come all the way down, squat down low. Keep pulling those thighs open. And then inhale, open out those arms into your cactus. Exhale, elbows to touch, round. Inhale, open it up. And then elbows to touch, round. Inhale, open it up. This time, let the hands drop, keep the knees bent, come all the way down onto the floor. Slight change, walk the hands forward as far as you can this time. Think about melting your heart through. So kind of like we did in our warm up with the knees bent. Keep pulling those thighs open. Keep sinking the chest. Great. Walk the hands back in slightly. Inhale, gaze forward, turn your toes in so the feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. And then exhale, wide leg fold. Fold on over. Great, from here I'm going to tiptoe the fingertips over to that left leg. See if you can take hold of maybe behind the calf or the ankle and pull yourself towards your leg. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Great, maybe here you bend into that your right knee a little bit. Then come back into center, switch sides, so walk the hands all the way over to your right leg. Take hold of wherever you can, pull your head towards your shin. Stay there, or maybe bend a little bit into that left knee. You might just find the bend takes it to the inner thigh a little bit more. Come back to center, walk your hands back to the middle. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, frame your left foot at the front of your mat. Inhale is your high plank. And then exhale, vinyasa of your choice. And we're back in our downward dog. Great, let's take it into one little balance. So we lift the right leg as we inhale. And then exhale, step the right foot just shy of the hands. Now weight into the right foot, start to pick up that left foot and find an open hipped standing split. So folding over that right leg. Now stay here, or maybe open up your left hand out to the side a little bit to steady yourself. You might be able to bend your left foot and see if your right hand might reach around for the toes. Just an option, otherwise just stay in your standing split. Great. Release the toe if you've got it. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. And then exhale, bring that left knee down to the outside of the right foot and come to sit your hips down onto the mat. Great. Now your left shin parallel to the front of the mat, so it's kind of straight. Your right foot you're trying to place on top of that left knee. So if I come to spin face you, so we're trying to get our shins parallel on top of each other. You might find that one knee is all the way up here. That's fine. You might find you need to sit on a block or something. So option one, you know the drill. Stay here. Hands, just practice sitting up straight. Option two, maybe gently put a little bit of weight onto that right leg, and that might encourage the right knee on top of the left ankle. Option three, if you're open, you might be able to walk your hands forward and fold here. I just want you to close down your eyes and try and see if you can find some sort of ease in the posture. Using your breath to help you relax into your shoulders, into your face. Just staying with that breath, just a few more here, just holding this a little bit longer. Let's take one more breath in. And then slowly release, come on up. Alright, once you're there, just uncross the legs, roll forward and come back into that downward dog position. We'll just take that on our second side. So left leg, inhale, you lift. Start to bend the knee open through the hip. And then inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. As you exhale, step the foot shy of the hands. And then start to weight into the left foot, pick up that right foot, find a nice open hip, standing splits, folding over the left leg. Then staying there or walking your right hand out to the side slightly, bending your right foot, and then maybe there's a reach round to take hold of your right foot with your left hand. Otherwise, just working into that standing split. If you've got the foot, release, extend the leg, inhale, and then exhale, soften both knees, bring your right shin down onto the mat, and then sit your bum down onto the floor. Great. All right, second side. So right shin parallel to the front of the mat, flex the foot, place that left ankle on top of your right knee, get nice and comfy there, try and get those shins parallel, and then either the hands here or slowly bring them forward or all the way forward and come into your fold. And we're going to close down the eyes and just take those 10 or so breaths second side. use your breath to relieve maybe any stress that you can feel building up through this movement. Holding there, you've just got a few more breaths. And then exhale, slowly release. Whew. All right, well done. Couple more hip openers before we finish. Let's bring the balls of the feet together and bring those knees out wide. So first off, we're going to get those heels in as close to you as you can. Bring the hands onto you can either hold your ankles or hold your feet. And then see if you can lean forward slightly. Maybe the elbows can push the knees open a little bit more. If that's really tight, you can also just have your hands on the floor behind you. You can use your hands to kind of push yourself forward. Just come into wherever feels good there. We've just got 5 breaths in this lovely hip opener. And slowly lift the chest back up. Now we keep the feet together, but just slide them forward so you create more of that diamond shape with the legs. And then just start to allow your whole body just to fold forward over the legs. I quite like to clasp my hands here and place them around my toes. Otherwise, just wherever the hands lie, doesn't have to pull. You can take a more restorative version if you want. And just really let the head hang heavy. It's fine if you're rounding in the upper body as well. If you do want that deeper stretch, you are welcome to use a little bit of pull here on the feet. And then gently release, make your way back up. All right, now start to open out those legs nice and wide. Final one. Wouldn't be a hip opener without this wide fold. So flex the feet, otherwise, option 1, hands behind you, just sit up nice and straight, hold there. You can even use your hands to push you forward slightly. Option 2, maybe that hands can come forward. Maybe they can just walk down to wherever feels good. Just come into wherever you can hold. And again, we'll maybe just close down the eyes and we'll just work into this stretch. Keep breathing into it there. Take one more breath in. And then slowly release. Come on, back up. Well done. All right, bring those legs back together again. We're going to take it down onto the mat. So start to roll ourselves all the way down onto our backs. And then just start to cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. As you draw your right knee in and thread the hands through, take that figure of 4 just to finish. Last opener here. Maybe you use the left elbow, push that left thigh open. And keep drawing the right knee in towards you. You might like to bend your right leg even more and hold onto the front of your right shin as an option here. So the lower back is pushing into the mat, the shoulders are softening. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Switch out the sides, right ankle on top of the left thigh. Start to draw that left thigh in towards you. Flexing both feet as you encourage the left knee in and the right knee away. And then if you did the other side, maybe you want to bend your left knee a bit more and see if you can wrap your hand around your shin instead of the thigh. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release. Both knees, little hug in towards the chest. And then final hip, happy baby. Open up the feet towards the ceiling. Take whichever position, thighs, calves, or outer edges of the feet. Encourage those knees in towards the armpits. Give it a playful sway from side to side. Maybe a stretch out of the legs. And then hug the knees back in towards the chest. Give yourself one final big squeeze. And then exhale. Release the legs out long. Release the hands away from the body, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And just close down the eyes. Take a moment as you lay there, notice the hips. How do they feel? Have you released any tension? You've let a few things go in your head. If you've released that tension through the body, you might have released some tension in your mind. And just allow yourself to settle. Allow the body to get heavy. Spend a few moments here in stillness. Gently start to bring awareness back into our fingers and into our toes. Maybe roll the wrists a couple of times. And then slide your feet together and send your hands over your head. Take a nice full body re-wake up stretch. And then just roll yourself over onto one side. Create a pillow with your arm or with your hand. And then when you're ready, start to push yourself back up to find a comfortable seat with the spine long, eyes closed. And then we'll bring our hands to the heart center when we get there. Take a breath in through the nose. Big sigh out. Once more of those, big breath in. And then a sigh. And then just invite you to slowly bow your head towards your hands. Namaste. Great. Well done, ladies. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope the hips are feeling nice and released.